No. You know, I kind of let the urges speak for themselves. When I feel like it's time to talk about my near-death experience, that's when I do it. It's not something that's forced. Um, I don't mean to do it. It's just I'll have a thought and I'm like, it would be important to let people know this about my experience. Otherwise, you're just repeating the same old shit over and over again. You know what? It was a very long and quite different from most near death experiences, and I really have learned a lot from it. Not just not just that there's something else after this life. It led me into quantum mechanics and mathematics and science, chemistry. I think I was a freshman in high school, and I was discussing whether there were 10 or 11 dimensions between the membrane and the string theory guys. And everyone around me would look at me kind of funny and go, dude, you're weird. And see, my near death experience took me there because I have gone in and out of the asshole of religion many times. Because, like science progresses. And there were things that were missing in theory and things that I didn't understand or were not explained to me properly. And so as I grew and my knowledge of quantum mechanics grew, all of these things started to fall into place. Things that I couldn't believe, all of a sudden I understood, no, you can believe that. That is absolutely possible. There's nothing in the laws of physics that says that can't be true. And so that it brought my experience into a new light. As a kid, I think it was very hard on me, on my life, because I was lost for many years, and then an abusive stepdad that fucked shit up for many years, and then of course now I needed to get therapy, um, dealing with the military, which was not my best fuck, but my longest, and then dealing with a life of pain that they caused. So I'm kind of bitter about that, quite actually. And the medical care that I received all those years, I didn't have to suffer. I didn't have to suffer all 25, 30 fucking years of suffering severe pain where literally I'm bedridden for weeks, crawling to the bathroom on my hands and knees in a sweat because it hurts so bad. And they're giving me fucking Paraffin Forte or, you know what I mean? And some of the muscle relaxers they gave me made it worse because they would put me to sleep and I would wake up with a start and then my back would spasm. I cannot explain to you how painful it is because the nerve's that big, and I have something that touches it now and again. So when I feel like I'm in the right headspace and that something that I learn from my experience, I relate that because that's what I'm supposed to do. I've told the same story for 15 years. I mean, if you don't, I've gone from beginning to end many times, uh, but it's also incredibly complicated from beginning to end. There's so much more there than just this simple little event. When you look at the event itself and look closely at it, you start to understand the complications and the ramifications and the shocking realities sometimes that came along with it. Because when I was there, I was still a little boy, but I had a super intelligence. It's the only way I can describe it as a super intelligence that I was asking questions that I should not have been able to even understand the concepts. And the answers that I was given came from the universe. That every mind, every sentient being that had ever lived, their knowledge, their experience, it was all in the answer. Everyone, all of it was in a single answer. Trillions of conscious minds answering a single question. It's only, I can only describe it that way, that I had a super intelligence like that, okay? And when they would give me the answer, it would be the same way. I would understand the answer in the same way, as if trillions of minds were working. And see, that's why I tell everybody we're all connected. We're one consciousness. People don't want to believe that because they want to believe in the religions of men. And I've been in and out of that anus a number of times. It's just a hypocritical mess of violence, death, destruction, control, cultism. Yeah, yeah. Talk about shutting people down and don't let you live your life. Or let's just cut this guy's head off because he doesn't believe what I believe. I'm sorry. Religion for me is something that's just horrifying. Okay. So that's why people ask me, why don't you talk about your near-death experience more? Well, I do, but only when I'm supposed to. It's not something I'm supposed to come on here every day and tell the same story over and over and over again. If I'm not learning and you're not learning anything from it, then it's a waste of fucking time. And I could do cat juggling videos or something. 90% of what I do here is for my mental fucking stability. You know what I mean? Just to get shit off my chest so the lady doesn't have to listen to me bitch all the time. You know what I mean? I appreciate, even if you guys listen to me for 5 seconds, I appreciate it because, you know, you got to get this shit off your chest. I tell everybody, if you wake up in the morning and you're bothered by the fucking planet that you live on, you're okay. All right? You're doing good. Your head is in the right spot. If you wake up in the morning and go, how can I fuck 700 grandmas out of their fucking retirement money today, or get them to sell me their fucking house for nothing, or you know what I mean, then you're never going to be happy. You don't even know what happiness is. Most likely you've never been in love either. So I'll get around to it. I'll get around to it when the time is right.